what's going on? My name is Sir Dude, and welcome back to Lollygagging, the podcast, your number one stop shop for anything that revolves around life's most bizarre questions. I just made that up on the fly. You're welcome. Today we've got two things that I would like to talk to you guys about today, and hope you will stick around and go on this journey with me that is today's episode. The first topic that we are going to be diving right into is going to be my first video game console and first video game. I've been playing video games just about pretty much all my life. It's been a big part of who I am. The first video game console that I ever owned, well, I wouldn't say owned, it was gifted to me, was an Xbox 360. And you'll ask yourself, man, that dates me a little bit, or it doesn't date me. I am 23 years old, so the very first time that I ever got one was a white Xbox 360 back in the day. And I remember because my mom and dad got it for me, and my mom's brother, who was my Uncle Brian, he went in with them together, and he got me a couple of games, and then they got this system for me, so that when Christmas morning came around, I was able to get the system and then also get the games to play it. Now, the very first game that I played is the very first installment of the Skate series, Skate 1, or Skate as you could say. That was the very first game that I played, and the very first game that I got really into. It was that game. There was another game called Thrillville I had played. That was a very fun game. You could build your own theme parks. Definitely Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga is by far one of the best, for now, one of the best Lego games, in my opinion. I'm really excited about Lego The Star Wars The Skywalker Saga coming out next month, or this month, either one. I think it's like April 10th or something like that. It's coming out. But I'm very excited about that game, and I might call out of work just to, not call out of work, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to probably take a day off just to play that game because I'm really excited about it. But my very first video game that I played was the Skate 1. I very much enjoyed that game. It was so much fun. I've always felt like I wanted to be a skateboarder, but I never really delve into that, taking the time to study it and research it and be good at it. I'm not one who has the best balance, so for me that's usually kind of hard. So I had a lot of fun playing that game and just really getting into the nitty gritty of just how everything works. It was very fun. You got in that game, you started off as a guy who gets hurt, and then he's put back together, and then you meet this guy named Shingo. Shingo gets you hooked up with a skateboard mag, and then you go through there and you're trying to become a pro skateboarder, and you're getting sponsorships, competing in events, and making film, and doing tricks, and just all around having a good time. I have played it a few times on my stream just for nostalgia because it's a great game. If you want to see a video of that, let me know. But nonetheless, fantastic game. I love that game. It means a lot to me. I picked it back up last year. I bought it. It was $10. I bought it again. As a kid, I never was able to beat the game. I never had I always got frustrated with it, and I never I would put it down and pick it back up and put it down and pick it back up, but I never finished it. And so I bought it last year for $10, and I was like, you know what? I am going to finish this game. I'm going to finish this. And I did. I beat the whole game. And I beat it a couple times now. And because it still is hard. Don't get me wrong. It's hard. For a teen game, it is pretty hard. But it still is very fun as well. So I had a lot of fun playing that, and unlocking the mega compound. That is, when you unlock the mega compound, you're like, man, I'm doing something right. So that was really fun. So for me, the very first video game console that I ever owned or gotten was the Xbox 360. So, and I've always been an Xbox guy, not really been a PlayStation kind of guy. I've never really delved into that. I was always mainly focused on the Xbox, and a lot of my friends had Xbox, and I can remember all of a little bit of the games that I had to go with it on that. I got a Transformers game from the first Transformers movie came out. I had the 360 game of that. That was fun because you could run around as Bumblebee and blow up all the buildings and throw cars and yeet them so far. That was always so much fun. Let's see here. What other games that I play? Definitely played. Oh yeah, this was a big part of my 8th grade year. The 8th grade, when I was in 8th grade, I got the opportunity to get Halo Reach. That was the first Halo I had played personally. I loved Halo Reach. Will have a place in my heart forever. That game is so much fun. Like Skate, Halo Reach and Skate are the two games that really help want me to play Xbox more. I very much, Halo was awesome. I loved that game so much. It was great. Honestly, it was great. And in a sense too, I played a lot of SWAT in Halo Reach, and I got really good at it, and I even won a tournament one time. That was I won a Xbox gift card. That was really cool. And then I bought Minecraft for that Xbox gift card. And then I started playing Minecraft a lot with my friend Jacob from the guy I met in my school. We played Minecraft a lot together. And I forget that because that was 2000 and I'm gonna 7 or 8. No, is that right? Yeah, I'm gonna say 2008. Because in 2013, I got my Xbox One that I still have to date. It's the same one I have. And actually, last night, I actually was going through my Google account, and I found some photos that was saved on my Google account that are photos back when I had an iPod Touch. And me, being who I am, took a picture of the same day that I got the Xbox One. And that was on, it was November 23rd, 2013 was the first day. So 9 years ago, I got the Xbox One. I can't, because it kind of hit me hard last night. I was like, man, I have had that Xbox for 9 years. It has not felt like 9 years. And it made me feel super old. But I can't even begin to comprehend the 12 to 13 years it's been since I got my first video game console. So, video gaming has been a big part of my life. It's a big part of this podcast, and it's something that I hold, true to myself. I love it. It's it passes. It brings me joy. I get to play with my friends. I get to kind of take a break from life in a sense and just kind of enter and delve into a whole new world that kind of puts life on pause for a little bit and allows you to just enter in a whole new universe, if that makes sense. But that is how I feel, and that's the first console I ever got was Xbox 360, and that will forever be. I feel like if you got either one, if you got a PlayStation and you're a PlayStation, if you got Xbox, you're Xbox, but this feud Xbox versus PlayStation is, but I like Xbox because that's what I was raised on. That's what I play. It's what's made me me. So that's the first console I got, and the first games I ever got: the Skate, Halo Reach, Transformers, Thrillville, the Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. All of those games were some of my first games. I remember. Oh. I remember too. I didn't even have a Kinect because the Kinect hadn't come out yet. The Kinect came out a couple of years later. Like, I think it was a year or two before I bought the Xbox One. The Kinect came out, and we actually took the white Xbox I had and took that and sold it to GameStop to then get the like slimmer. They called it the Xbox 360 Slim, and it was like a slimmer version. And like, because they had recognized that, like, and if this happened to you, the red ring of death where your power button would turn red, that happened to me. We had to send the Xbox back to Microsoft, and they sent it back fixed. But they tried to fix that whole ordeal with the Xbox 360 Slim, and they did. And that one was fun because it had a better UI system. It was more easier to maneuver, things like that. And then whenever we kind of updated and patched it, the UI system got better and better, and so it integrated playing with your friends a lot more. And your avatars, man. Avatars back in the day were such a big deal, because I remember as a young guy, it was like the cooler of an outfit you had. Like, if you had the Master Chief outfit, you that was cool. That was really cool. So that's how it was like when I was a kid. It was like, if you had the better avatar you had, like the cooler it looked, the better it was. So that's how that was. The avatar system, man. I wish the Xbox might bring that back, because it was pretty cool though to have all of that just integrated into the UI system, because your avatar would be there and other avatars who were online and be doing something. It was really cool. The Xbox 360 was an incredible system. Definitely when the Slim came out and when the Kinect came out, it definitely integrated a lot more new possibilities. The using your hands to play Just Dance, and playing the I believe it was like the zoo game. They had a Walt Disneyland a Disneyland game that was really fun. You could like walk around and stuff. All those games were so much fun, and it just like, it was incredible that technology could do that. It was awesome. And then the Kinect on Xbox One was even better. It could sense like your warmness, tell you to like take a drink. Incredible stuff. I think that continuing on through the consoles, not being Xbox, but being the Wii, man, I feel like everybody had a Wii. I know we did. I still have mine. It's over there, plugged up. We still play it. Still bowl. Still golf. The golfing on the Wii. I'm a golfer. The golfing on the Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort is amazing. I'd love to make a video out of that, and I just might make a video out of that. That'd be fun. But nonetheless, the Wii, great console, had great games. That was really fun. But then, what I'm trying to get at is that you had to hold a remote. But then Xbox came along with their Kinect. You didn't have to hold a remote anymore. Your hand was the remote. It was incredible. It was like nothing anybody had ever seen. It was new. It was really great. It was just incredible to see the 360, like the white chunky 360, become the black one, the slim version of that. And then from there, the Xbox One. And then the Xbox One was like, we need to make a slim version, Xbox One S. And then when the newest Xbox came out, they've come out with a whole digital version. You don't even need a CD drive anymore. And it's crazy, man. It's just incredible to me how much things have changed along the way, how things have evolved, things have maneuvered, things have grown. You go from using a handheld remote playing a game to not using a remote at all, to just using your hands, and it was just really cool. And it all happened really fast and in the same couple of years. For me, the first video game console I ever had, I believe, was the Xbox 360, because I remember playing it with my uncle. I remember playing it with my mom and dad. I remember when we remodeled our house and it went from our TV was on a stand to TV being mounted and it being a flat screen because we had a box TV, and then it got on the flat screen. And man, there's just such good memories of just playing Halo or playing Skate or being in my room playing it, and then moving into my room and playing it in my room and playing Transformers and playing, all those games, playing Thrillville, and just playing the Lego Star Wars games, like Indiana Jones, Lego Star Wars, like playing those with my friends, and they'd come over, like, and being able to watch movies and listen to music. I could take a CD and put it in my Xbox. It would play the music through the TV speakers. I could play a movie, watch a movie. It was such good times. I remember my dad had an incredible CD collection as a kid, and I would go get one of those CDs and put it in the Xbox and listen to it. It was mostly Toby Mac, but still, I would be jamming, cleaning my room up. And in return, made me want to clean my room. Made me want to, spend a couple more minutes just kind of hanging out, cleaning, just so I can listen to music and kind of vibe. That was a good time. It really, even continuing into my young teenage years into high school, I remember, having the Xbox One, being able to not have to put CDs into it anymore, and you could just play stuff off of Pandora or play stuff off of YouTube, and that was so much fun. I remember my first game for the Xbox One was Forza 5, because it was one of the only 1080p games for the Xbox One, and I wanted to get a 1080p game, so that was my first one for the Xbox One. To close out this first topic of today's podcast, the Xbox 360 was my first console I've ever received. The first games were the Transformers game, Thrillville, Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, Lego Indiana Jones, and Skate. I would like to close out the podcast with the second topic. The second topic is I would like to talk to you guys about some of the new setup specs I got, why it looks different. This microphone, also to all of my audio listeners, I will also be trying to explain all the new things that I've got in my setup so that you guys don't feel left out either. The first thing on the new setup that I'd like to start with is the microphone. It's a blue microphone, and it's the black snowball version. And what I have done is I have mounted it to an adjustable arm so that I can push the arm closer to my face or away from my face. The second thing that I have gotten is a new mechanical keyboard, because I've been delving into playing some PC games like Minecraft, playing PvPs. Another one that I got is a new monitor. It's a Spectre 75 Hertz monitor. Not a gaming monitor, but 75 Hertz is pretty good. It gets the job done. I like it a lot. I still got my Xbox One here. I got it wired into my internet, so that is wired still. Another recent advancement for me has been using the Astro A40 mix amp to help my audio. I was having a hard time with my audio because I would join parties on my Xbox with my friends, and not having an Xbox headset was leading me to believe that it was shooting and peaking my audio so high that my friends would have a hard time listening to me or even understanding me, and they were like, "Oh gosh, Dalton, this is awful. You need to change it." So I sat and I was thinking, and I was like, I got this this mix amp, and I got this new computer that my lovely wife got me. Kayla, for Christmas this past year, she got me the microphone, she got me a new computer, and she got me a new gaming chair. It is a Rim King gaming chair. It is a race car kind of style. black and blue. It's got a nice head pillow and a nice lumbar support because I do have a bad back sometimes. The computer specs are, it's awesome. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a HP laptop. It's got an AMD Ryzen 3 processor in it, 2-core, and it's got an AMD Radeon graphics card, which is perfect for me because I needed it. I didn't want to go with an Intel, and I explained to Kayla because she had asked me. She was like, if I got you a computer, what would you want? And I was like, well, anything to do with AMD, anything to do with AMD and Ryzen processors, because when streaming and doing things like I'm doing, and editing and encoding and all that kind of stuff, when you need a processor that has a little bit more headroom, and AMD is always really well known for having that headroom moreover than Intel does. And I'm not going to be playing games. Intel is, good for playing games, but AMD is really good for the processing side of encoding what's happening to be able to put it back out in a very quick way. So for me, the streaming, I wanted the AMD, and having the Ryzen 3 has been just enough for me to have everything I need to be able to have good streams and record. I'm using the HP's laptop webcam as my webcam, and it's working out perfectly. And having the graphics card gives me everything that I need to be able to produce a lot higher quality stream than having the Surface Pro 2 as my streaming computer. So we're making moves now, thanks to my awesome wife. Having the computer, it allowed me to be able to integrate more things, like having the Astro Mix Amp as my audio interface. So right now what I'm using is I took a optical cable and I ran that from the back of my Xbox into the mix amp. And then I ran a USB cord from the mix amp to my computer. So what happens is I can go onto my computer. I can go into the Xbox app on my computer, and I can join the Xbox party that I want to be in on my computer. So that way, my friends hear the blue microphone. And then the stream also hears the blue microphone. And not using a headset microphone, I can just use the blue microphone. But then also the optical cable allows me to be able to also hear the game, which is incredible. I can hear what's going on in the game. I can hear all of that and the party chat in my headset. I've connected to the computer as well. So being able to integrate the mix amp with the computer has allowed me to be able to hear everything I need to hear in my ears, but be connected to my computer. And I can, with the mix amp, I can control which ones I hear more of, game or voice, or turning it up and down. So I've had a lot of fun with that. That was something that I had thought of and kind of came up with. So I was really proud of myself for doing that. And I was very yeah, good job. Yeah, good job. You did good. And I felt very, very proud because I figured it out. I did it. The last thing I would think that I have done is I got a new mouse, and it's a gaming mouse, and it's a Red Dragon mouse, and it lights up and stuff. You can see that there. So this, for all you audio people, this is a Red Dragon gaming mouse, and it lights up along the edges and inside of the turn wheel. And you can change the different settings how you want using the button right there in the middle behind the turn wheel. And it's got the Red Dragon logo on the back side of it, where your hand palm goes, and it changes colors as well. So, and my keyboard is a Red Dragon keyboard as well. So I highly recommend Red Dragon products. They're not super expensive. The mouse was like $13, and it's very lightweight. And I took off some of the stuff on it to make it move faster, like the bottom little plates. It moves better on my gaming, like Surface. What do you call this? The pad. like the mouse pad, the gaming mouse pad. So it moves better on that. But that is the new mouse that I got, and the Red Dragon keyboard is a mechanical keyboard, $25 on Amazon. If you guys would like some links to these, I'll provide some links in the description, and so that way you can go pick some of these up. And these products I tell you about, you can get all these products in the description. I'm using a ring light my wife also got me last year for my birthday, and then I went to Walmart and purchased a what do you call those? Golly, hold on. Lord have mercy. A tripod. I went to Walmart and I purchased a On tripod, and that's Walmart's, like, On is their tech, their like name, like off-brand tech. So it's a little bit cheaper, but it's a good tripod. Allows you to get that nice angle of lighting in here, makes it look good. So those are all things, new specs that I got. So that for me has helped give me the drive to want to create more videos and have more fun with it. Just having a whole setup and a whole place to be has been super fun, and it's been super rewarding because I'm very proud of how far we've come on this. That is my new setup. That's all the details. I'll leave all of the links in the description below of, everything that you need. So if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to, check out those links if you want to pick this up for yourself today. Or if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere else you're listening to podcasts at, I hope that you will go over to the YouTube channel and check out the description box there as well, or the YouTube channel in general. I just made a new video a couple days ago of me opening up Pokemon cards for the first time on stream. Very funny video. I had a lot of fun editing it. So if you want to see that and see a 23-year-old open Pokemon cards for the first time ever, go give that a watch. It's very funny. I want to thank everybody for joining in and tuning in today. Today's podcast has been super fun, and I'm super excited about continuing to make these podcasts. I'm going to try to get some guests on here and do that. So if you guys have anything that you would like to discuss, or any of life's most bizarre questions you want to have answered, put them in the description below, put them in the comment section below, or on Spotify. I will have a section for you to submit ideas. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, make sure to leave a review and give it a like wherever you are. And I hope that you have a very great day and have a great week. I will see you guys in the next podcast. Peace, dudes.